You know, you can always count on Santa to bring some good running gear. It's a tower of shoes. Hey guys, look, Coach Darla and Spanky are here to help me talk about gear. 'Tis the season for stuff, right? Hey, before I get to that, I'm gonna have you come back here, sweetie. I want to let you know that Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend is just a few weeks away, and runDisney has officially published the event guide. So I'll put a link in the description box below. There are a lot of changes out there. They have moved up the marathon to 5 a.m., and all of the courses are different. Something new for those of us who are veterans to look forward to. Now, I had hoped to put together an event guide to let you know everything that's going on, but because I've committed to Goofy's Race and a Half Challenge, the training, the journal, and it's the holidays, I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to find the time. Hey, maybe my buddies at Joyful Miles or Heather Jurgensen, maybe they'll do something. So give them some love. I hope I'm not putting them on the spot. But you can also check out that link below. Get yourself mentally prepared as we get a little bit closer to Marathon Weekend. Now let me talk about week 16 and all of this gear. For me, week 16 is a 4-miler, a 5-miler, and 2 hours of running. I think it's week 24 if you're following that runDisney training plan. It's a maintenance week, 2 maintenance runs, and a 7-miler with the Magic Mile embedded. Hey, we're almost ready to do the run-throughs. I know some of you are already doing that. I'm gonna do my 39.3-mile run-through in just a few days after I'm done this weekend. Let's talk about the gear. I'll get to the video stuff in just a minute. You know, I put a lot of stuff in this waist pack to put together those race recaps. It's heavy. I carry the camera, and I'll talk about that while I'm actually out there running. Everything else falls into what we're wearing and what we use. I know a lot of purists out there like to throw on a pair of running shoes, put on their shorts, grab their garment, and just go. I guess I'm not a purist. For the stuff we wear, it tends to be very personal. You know, where you shop, what you like to wear. And I do like certain socks. 2XU makes these compression socks, got at the Health and Fitness Expo, and Injini toe socks, some of my favorites. Headwear, their hats are some of my favorites. And Asics Gel Kayano shoes. Got my dancing shoes on. Now, hey, I'm throwing out some names and brands here. I don't monetize these videos. I'm not making any money, so you don't have to worry about that. I know there are a lot of you have your favorites, New Balance, Saucony, Mizuno, maybe Adidas. I like the Asics. You see that tower of shoes right there? That's from 5 years and 3,500 miles. I have 11 pairs of shoes there, 12 if you count the new ones right there I'm breaking in on the floor. I think this is 13 if you count the ones I'm wearing. I gave a pair or two to my brother. Shoe store in here. I have the usual. 5. These are really beat up.
4.
Give me the usual. I tend to change them out every 250 to 300 miles.
3.
These are good enough to donate.
2.
Another usual. You know what? It's time to lace them up
1.
and head out for a training run.
Workout started.
Get this party started. I got the music playing loud. How you like my outfit? I have to say I'm kinda proud. I got my dancing shoes on, and I'm feeling dangerous. Let's get this party started. Yeah, we gon' be adventurous. We went to the club like we always do. This girl caught my eye, said, how do you do? She said, I am not interested, thank you. Then she left the room. Bartender.
Enjoying this run already in progress. Doing some really different stuff that I'm not used to. Ran the first mile trying to maintain under an 11-minute pace for 1 mile without stopping. Now I'm doing that run walk interval. And then in the last mile, mile 8, I'm gonna try to pick it up and do a 9-minute mile, 9.5. Working on more running, faster running. Run timer, I'll talk about this in just a moment. Wow, tough running with everything that I pretty much own right now. I usually don't carry all 3 cameras with me. This is the DJI Osmo Pocket. It's become my main backup camera. I love to stuff it in my pouch, and in case I need it, it's gonna get pulled out. I know some folks are using this as their main camera. Bill, who is new to YouTubing, met him at Wine and Dine, really great guy. And Susanna, I Run Things. They love this camera, but it's a bit touchy. And you have to be careful if you're gonna use this as a runner because the motors are so tiny. Any little bouncing up and down, and you're gonna see that it's not gonna be as stable as using a big gimbal with a GoPro. And it's got a weird software focusing. So if you've got a lot of contrast where it's light and dark, your face may be out of focus and the rest of the image is gonna be focused. So it's touchy and tricky, but it's great for a backup camera, and it's got a great image and good sound. Talk about the GoPros in just a minute. I gotta keep running. Hey, did you chew on that? I just found her with this. You know, I can't use an Apple Watch or a Garmin like the rest of you, so I simply use a Scoshe Rhythm Plus to grab my heart rate data, connect it to my iPhone XS, and then use a bunch of audio apps to follow what I'm doing. If you want to know the apps I use, hey, go to that little I button right up here, and it'll link you to the Q&A video I did a few weeks ago, which I talked about my apps. As for headphones, for a number of years, about 3 years, I've used these. Plantronics BackBeat Fit. Love them, wouldn't recommend them anymore. Over about 2 years, they just stopped working. This one, the right earphone doesn't work, and this one, the button's stuck, and I can't even operate it anymore. So I switched to an Apple product. I know a lot of you like your Apple AirPods. This was my Christmas gift, using it a bit early. I wanted to break it in. And this is the Powerbeats Pro, also Apple, and I like this for 3 reasons. First of all, I was really worried if those AirPods fell out of my ear that I wouldn't be able to find it. And these clip around the ear. They're water and sweat resistant, plus 9-hour battery life. Marathon ready. 4.5 miles, 9:35 pace during the run segment. All of the video right now will be from the Hero 6 Black. Let's move.
Bartender. I'll have the usual. Give me the usual. I'll take the usual. I'll have the usual. Give me the usual. Another usual.
Let's talk about the GoPros. I've got the Hero 8 Black in my left hand and the Hero 6 Black on a Feiyu Tech G5 in my right hand. And I'll talk more about the 8 in just a moment. It's quickly becoming my go-to camera. But let me talk about the 6. Because this camera has been the camera I've been using for the better part of the past 2 to 3 years. And except for a few occasional problems, it has performed admirably. I mean, it has really terrible audio. It's the reason why I skipped the Hero 7 Black. But on a gimbal, it works really well. And I can still go back and use this for a lot of the race recaps. Now, it does require the gimbal because the stabilization's not as good as the new Hypersmooth 2.0. However, as you'll hear in just a moment, you still need a gimbal for the Hero 8, despite the fact that all of the initial reviewers read the press release from GoPro and said it was a gimbal killer. The Hero 8 is not a gimbal killer. It doesn't work in low light, and it doesn't work in the dark, which is when most of our races begin. Let me talk quickly about hydration. Stacy wanted to know what I use on these long runs, and I do have a hydration vest. This is an UltraAspire Alpha 2.0. I bought it a few years ago. I love it. It's very lightweight, but I just don't like carrying all of that weight on my back, right? Because it's heavy. I already carry a very heavy waist pack while I'm running. That additional weight doesn't feel good. So I tend to go with just a couple of bottles. This is a Nathan collapsible 18 ounce. I got it at a Health and Fitness Expo, and a generic 10 ounce bottle, 28 ounces. And I've altered my courses. I tend to go out about 6 or 7 miles, turn around, come back, have a bottle of water in the driveway, drop these things off, and then I keep going on a long run. Just a lot easier than having a 2-liter bottle slashing around on your back, sloshing around on your back. Don't you agree? Yeah. Okay, gonna blow through a run segment here so I can quickly talk about the Hero 8. And I'm wearing a shirt that was given to me by my buddy Arno. Run Arno Run. Gave it to me in Paris. I finally have a chance to wear it so I can talk about him. Go check out his videos. He's done some really great videos on the Hero 8, which he just got. And he's done some running videos and even tried it on a gimbal by zip tying, because this thing will not fit on most existing gimbals made for the GoPro. I think there are two out there, the Feiyu Tech G6 Plus and the Crane M2, which have big platforms and are much larger and harder to carry for a run. So check out his videos. I'm really loving the Hero 8. I think the video quality's superb. I think it has great audio. And the Hyper Smooth 2.0, which you will see in all of this video except for that little segment that I just put up, is amazing. It just doesn't work in the dark or in low light. In fact, if you try to use Hyper Smooth 2.0 or Boost in low light, the video files are pretty much garbage. So it's not a gimbal killer. And another reason for a gimbal, when you have it on a handle, like I have it right here, it's hard to tell where it's pointed and if it's level. And a gimbal automatically corrects for all of that. And in fact, with a selfie button, make sure it's pointed directly at you and in the right position. So another reason to use a gimbal. Hopefully I can find one to use with the Hero 8 because I think it's a great little camera. I gotta finish up this run. Too much talking about gear.
Get this party started. I got the music playing loud. How you like my outfit? I have to say I'm kinda proud. I got my dancing shoes on, and I'm feeling dangerous. Let's get this party started. Yeah, we gon' be adventurous.
6.3 miles in 1 hour, 14 minutes, 18 seconds. Average speed, 11 minutes, 47 seconds per mile.
So the gear, playing with cameras, is really slowing me down. That first mile was around a 10:30, and look how much time I've lost over 6 miles. Excuse me. Hello? Jeez. Crazy take. I've got a pebble in my shoe. 3 dogs came out after me, and nobody's paying attention. Drivers, lawn care workers, come on.
Workout complete. Kudos.
Look where I am. Let me get the 4 vanilla cream, and then let me do... Hello. You know, this was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. The Hero 8 has quickly become one of my favorite cameras because you don't need a gimbal in bright light. Still need it in the darkness, but you just have to make sure it's pointed in the right direction. I am waiting for an adapter from Feiyu Tech. You know, over Black Friday, they released the new adapter for the G6. They say it won't work for the G5. A little under $10, slow boat to China. It still hasn't arrived, so hopefully it'll be here by race weekend. There's my gear, there's all the stuff, something to put on your list for Santa. We have so much to do in just a few short weeks. I've got a retinal specialist coming up. I'm gonna head out to Disney for one more holiday visit before I get blacked out. And we've got those run-throughs of either Dopey or Goofy, a lot more running before we start tapering. So keep training, and I will see you at the start line.
Get this party started.
Hi, guys. What do you think, Spank? What do you think?